And at this time, we interrupt the program to bring you another quick look at one of the sculptors, one of the artists here at MaskFest, Sam McCain of
Horror Sanctum Studio.
right there. And if people want to look that up, they would look up online, horrorsanctum.com. And Sam, not everybody knows this, I believe I'm correct in saying you were the first guy to do a Michael Myers mask, a licensed one anyway, the first guy to do a licensed Jason mask, and the first guy to do a Freddy mask.
Exactly.
Back in the 80s. I think all three you have claimed to being the first guy.
Right.
Right?
Exactly, yeah. I wanted to do the first slasher masks, and at the time nobody else was doing those because they were afraid of the copyrights. They didn't want to pay for those. They didn't want to get sued, so nobody was doing that. And I got a Shatner live cast from Bill Malone and made the clay press, and Michael Myers was born.
And I had one, and it was with studio endorsement. It had the ticket, the little tag on there.
Falcon International.
Falcon. I was thinking Compass. It was
Falcon.
Yeah. And how long have you been making masks?
35 years.
Goodness gracious. So when you started, you were only like 60 years old?
Yeah, about 60. Yeah.
And we couldn't stand this up. I'm sorry you have to hold that like a popsicle right there. Or maybe you're going to start munching on it.
I might.
A recent creation. Tell us a little bit about that.
This was commissioned by Lee Lambert, a good friend of mine and collector, that wanted the ultimate Bride of Frankenstein.
That's not a very good Bride of Frankenstein, Sam.
Well,
she had
I understand. Yes, the bride.
She had lipstick.
Elsa was a little
kind
cuter.
of missed it.
Exactly.
A little, yeah.
Yeah.
We should go back to slashers, don't you think?
Yes, I should stop doing what I'm doing. But yes, Lee wanted a silicone version of Karloff.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yes. No, this is not
This
silicone.
is latex. This is latex.
He wanted one so he could build a full body also. But
And I believe you also just came out with your own line of kind of retro, classic monsters.
Retro.
New twist on the old monsters.
Exactly.
And how'd you come up with that?
I remember a Frankenstein mask that I had when I was about 8 years old that I bought at Woolworths in a bin.
And it was Woolworths.
And it was Frankenstein, and there was a Wolfman, and they were like either 50 cents or 99 cents, I can't remember. But it was the neatest Frankenstein, I remember it, and it was very rough. It had a pimply texture to it.
Was that maybe Topstone?
No, it's not Topstone. I've never been able to find this mask. I actually have quizzed everybody, including you, that what is this thing? I went through all the Topstone catalogs. I couldn't find it. And somebody said, Dan Roebuck actually said it could be German, some mass producing. But I had that Frankenstein in my head forever, so I
think it damaged your hearing eventually, having it in there.
It fell out, and now I'm deaf in this ear. But I finally sculpted that Frankenstein just to have it. And then people started saying, well, why don't you do the rest of it?
A series.
Yes. So I started thinking, okay, Don Post 800 line, I love those masks.
The Ellis
Don Post calendar mask, love all those. So I wanted to go ahead and I started to design all of the monster masks.
And favorite, all-time favorite? Do you have an all-time favorite?
What's that, of the retros?
Of masks in general.
Masks in general?
Yeah, was your
Big Ben.
Big Ben from House?
Big Ben from House.
That was a terrific character.
I love Big Ben. I had sculpted my own version of Big Ben, and that was just my favorite corpse character.
Weren't there only like maybe 3 of those ever out of that mold, the one that you made? I think I painted 2 of them.
Yes.
And I think you painted
I ended up going, okay, long story short, I contacted James Cummins. I wanted to buy one. And he said, $250 for a real Big Ben head. So I no problem, boom, send it to me. And,
can you imagine doing that today?
But James Cummins hired me from the pictures I sent of my Big Ben that I sculpted to work on his next film. And from there, I moved out to California, next door to you.
And that's when everything started to go south.
Everything fell apart.
Yep. Also, I believe the only guy to have worked at both Don Post Studios and Distortions Unlimited.
Right, exactly. I'm the one who worked production.
And there are pictures in the old catalogs in the 80s, there are pictures of you Ed's masks.
I was a gorilla.
In costumes made by my wife, Laura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a
So
gorilla. I was the rotted corpse. I was.
Were you Cayman Lizard?
I don't think I was Cayman.
picture?
That was a girl. That was Cayman.
Oh, was that a girl?
Yeah, that was a girl.
Ah, I was close.
But yeah, I was in a lot of the catalogs. I did all the hair work and distortions. I did painted side by side with Ed on all of the production.
And you gonna stick with this mask thing?
I might. I retired for 20 years and I've come back.
You did,
Kind of
yeah.
threw myself back into it. And
Threw your hat into the bucket of ladies.
yes, and now the retro line has taken off. Everybody loves it, and I'm
Very
going to end
cool.
up doing 16 different monsters for the retro line. All at $55.
Affordable, kids.
Affordable, kids. Everybody can buy their masks.
That's great. Well, thanks for taking the time
Sure
to
thing, David.
appear on this ridiculous DVD. HorrorSanctum.com.